Good morning and welcome to the show. My name's Sam Davis.
My name's Tom Jordan.
And this is the Fixture release show here live on Back of the Net. Welcome. It's been a long time since we've done a live stream. Only minutes to go until we find out who our first fixture is against. The good news is, Tom, live shows are returning this season. That's all right, isn't it?
I feel a bit rusty, mate. Do feel a bit rusty, but yeah, it's a good way to kick it off. It seems like we've only just finished. How are we back onto who we're playing, and we'll work out all the points that we're going to get already when we've got a few months. But looking forward to seeing who we get, mate.
Yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe. It's so nice to see some familiar faces here already. Hello, welcome, Tom. I don't know why you're sporting that shirt. I'm sure we'll find out a little bit later on. Morning. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've got your coffees ready. We're looking forward to seeing who Bournemouth are playing. Look, we've seen a few of these really dodgy leaks online, where there was one that had Luton at home, despite the fact they're not playing at home for 4 weeks. The two Manchester sides playing on the same day, that kind of thing. Are there any you've seen you're thinking, ooh?
I've seen quite a few that are saying West Ham at home, which I would take. And then I've seen a couple that have got Forest away, I believe. So, yeah, but who knows? One of them would be right, but there's no point of guessing, is there? We've only got to wait a few minutes and we'll find out anyway. But what about you? I always let us know in the chat. I always look at, obviously, the first game. Yeah. Obviously, last game. Then I always look at Boxing Day. I always look at that Christmas period. Yeah. And then just the ones in the summer and stuff. I think anyone would take coming to Bournemouth at the start of the season because of the sunshine.
And then it's always the dodgy runs that we've got. I mean, we had some bad. Well, there were some fixture runs that actually looked all right, but they turned out to be dodgy runs in reality, i.e. January. But then we looked last season at the end of the season thinking, oh my God. And look, do you remember we did this last year, Tom?
What was that?
We did a tier list last year, and we did a live fixture release show, and this is what we predicted that we would get.
Not bad.
And well, look, I'm gonna show you how far out you were and we were. There we go. So Forest, we got bang on, mate.
It's not bad. Villa.
Yeah.
Everton. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. Especially that the one that's worse is right at the bottom. I'm pleased that was wrong in terms of Liverpool and Tottenham. But yeah, that wasn't bad at all, I don't think. Leicester, we were. I think everyone didn't predict Leicester to, obviously go down. So that was Fulham. Oh, Fulham 2. Yeah, we got a win. Yeah, that's not too bad, that, mate.
Yeah. So later on in the show, we're going to be doing exactly that. We're going to be doing a tier list yet again, and we're going to be asking you how many points that you think we can get. We're approaching 9 o'clock now, and we're really excited now.
Just seen a little West Ham YouTube channel that I follow. They've put official West Ham will start the season away at Bournemouth.
Okay,
Don't
so
know how
it could be
official
West
that
Ham.
is, but that is what they've said, and there is only a minute to go. So you would have thought it would be a bit silly if they just put that out without it being true. So that could be the right leak if you saw that one.
Yeah, we've seen West Ham, and we've also seen Chelsea away. It has just gone 9 o'clock, and if AFC Bournemouth have scheduled their tweets correctly here, hopefully we are going to be able to see exactly who we are playing on the first game of the season.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Okay, so
West Ham at home.
West Ham at home.
Liverpool away.
There we go then, it's confirmed. West Ham at home is the opening day fixture, and the last fixture
Tough one.
is Chelsea away. We're going to take a really close look shortly at the individual runs and stuff. But Tom,
Yeah.
West Ham at home, is that an ideal fixture for us?
I think so. I mean, you never know these days. My always kind of theory on it is that I don't want one of the new boys on the opening day because I think there's a bit of a party atmosphere. You don't really want that. I don't mind a big team in terms of they haven't been on a run, but they're still a top side, so you want to kick off a season more chance of winning. I always think if you can get like a mid-table side at home, like we kind of did last season with Villa, and obviously that worked, then that's bang on. I think after that, obviously going to Liverpool is horrible, and they've probably done that because they think, oh, that was a nice fixture last season with Bournemouth on it. Then Tottenham at home's tough. I'm just looking at a few of the standouts. End of the season at Chelsea is tough, but I don't mind ending in London. That's what I call if it's party time. And the last home game against Brentford, I think, is a nice way to end the season at home. I'm looking around the Christmas period. Boxing Day at home to Fulham. I like a home Boxing Day.
Nice.
30th at Tottenham. I don't think it's too bad. You always look at the trains of that around Christmas and it's Tottenham, but it's not a bad one. Just before Christmas, go to Nottingham Forest. I like that. I'm liking it at the moment. I'm trying to work out why there's only, let us know in the chat, why there's only 2 fixtures in January?
Well, it says matches to be. I presume that's
FA
going to be. Well, because FA Cup weekend's always the first weekend of January, isn't
course,
it? And maybe there'll be an international flung in there as well. I don't know.
What would you say the weather's normally like in March? Because we're going to the cricket club in Burnley.
You know what? I've been on some right sunny days there.
Well, I'll tell you what. April the 6th at Luton. That could be lively.
Hopefully they'll have free beer shipped in for April the 6th, if you know what we're talking about. Let's have a see who is on chat. We'll leave the fixtures up on screen for now. We've got Ryan Frank here from Australia. I think I saw Kieran's name somewhere as well. Kieran, hope you're doing well, mate. Morning, lads, says Rocastle 78. Heather is so excited to see the fixtures. Well, you can see them now, Heather. Ben Phillips here as well. Ryan said guaranteed Chelsea away in December. Not to be.
Last one.
Morning, Mark Singleton. Hope you're all right as well. Daniel, you got your wish. It's a home game. Heather said January's always crap no matter who we play. But you know what, though? We beat Liverpool last time.
True. But I like there's not many in there. I'll tell you what my early kind of thoughts are is, I know it's dangerous to do this, as we said this all last season with on paper. I like October. Everton, Wolves and Burnley. It's not a bad October, and I had a bad, if anyone knows, I had a bad birthday last year in October going to West Ham, so that sounds a bit more love. Have we got any on near your birthday? No, we haven't. I'm just trying to, I always look at like people I know's birthdays as well, see if we've got a game, see if we can tie in a bit of a messy one, but Newcastle away, February. Nice little Valentine's gift. Anyone got any partners? Saturday the 17th February, just take them up to Newcastle. And a few nice bars up there. Man.
I'll tell you what, you can take them on either a romantic boat trip up the Thames the weekend before, if you want, on the Uber boat, or of course a long 6-hour car drive to Newcastle, 6 hour plus anyway. Mark Jackson said the last 6 games look very tough. May have to get the job done early this season, but we said that last season as well, didn't we?
I'm looking at them last 6. I agree with Mark. Their teams at the top, and I'm thinking they could be 6 pointers for Europe. They're big games for us because we'll probably need to win them to secure our place in the Europa League. So I get what Mark's saying there. I think if we can go to Villa in April and win, I think we'll probably be nailed on for Europe at that point.
Well, whatever Foley says happens. We won't get relegated. But also, what's this about the Stanley Cup win with the Las Vegas Golden Knights? He gave them 6 years to win it, and alas, they did.
Yeah, and they're only founded in 2017. That's unbelievable. Yeah, so he said Europe's around the corner. So yeah, no reason to doubt him as of yet, mate. I don't know. Early thoughts. I quite like this. Like sometimes you look and you see a bulk and you go, oh no, or you see like horrible away trips at horrible times. That's not too bad. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of November, having to go to Manchester and then 2 weeks later go to Sheffield. But
mate, we're always travelling up north. Robbie said the mid-season break is in January. So
okay. They do that now, don't they? A little mid-season break, yeah. But and I think there's in their African Cup of Nations as well.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So and it's actually Newcastle's away. It's actually on Richard Jackson's birthday, so hopefully no more dislocations, Richard. So he did it once at Blackpool. Explain. He did it again recently as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he's done it again.
How?
Oh, I don't know. What was it? No, he did say
getting out the shower or something.
Yeah, it's always a shower. Or something.
Really?
It's always something really tough. But yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that Richard's in the chat because obviously he should be booking a hotel right now, shouldn't he? Really, but yeah, if you can get a table and a hotel booked for Newcastle, Rich, for your birthday, then we'll all pitch in. I'm in.
Robbie's 25th anniversary trip coincides with a home fixture and he doesn't miss a decent away day. Nice to see. Morgan Scott is here. He's chatting to us from the Netherlands, by the way. Morgan Scott. Yeah, I know. We'll talk about that very shortly, I'm certain. Glad Wolves is at Dean Court on my birthday rather than going. I almost got hypothermia last time. Yeah, I know what it was like. That was in December, Morgan, wasn't it? Absolutely rank. So there you go. There are the fixtures. We're gonna leave them on screen very, very shortly. We're gonna have another look at them. But Tom, you're already. I mean, at the end of the day, we're playing 38 matches. Does it really matter in what order they come in, or not really?
Particularly. Not particularly, because as you say, we kept going over it last season. The amount of times we were all going, well, we'll get some from there. Well, we ain't gonna win that, and it'd never work out like that, would it? I think some of the winnable ones, say West Ham home, ironically, we got beat, and then we go and win at Tottenham. It's what it is. But I think, I think the start and the end you always do have a look at, because you know that there'll be really interesting fixtures. And I think actually them last couple of games, a lot of people would probably say that Brentford and Chelsea may potentially not have anything to play for. Who knows? Yeah. And the start again is similar to last season in terms of, I remember going into it going, we could do with beating Villa on the first day because then we got a couple of really toughies, which happened. And I think it's the same, West Ham at home, and then we got a couple of real toughies. So I don't mind that at all. Don't mind that start of the season. It's not unbelievable, but it's not horrific. I think sometimes it's better to get the bigger teams out of the way before they've got on a really good run.
I'm just looking. September's actually awful. September's pretty bad, I'd say.
Yeah, but we're due to beat Chelsea. I mean, we normally do, and we had a stinker last season. So it's not ideal, but I don't know. Brentford and Brighton, nice little away trips. You can nick something there, but it's not like you say. If we don't, it's weird, isn't it? You start looking, you go, if we don't beat West Ham, and we ain't winning till October. That's how it looks. But no, you never know what's going to happen. But no, there's some nice ones in there, mate. Look at December. It's always so busy, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. How many games there are in there, but. Yeah.
So let us know how you rate those fixtures, AFC Bournemouth fans. I mean, we knew that we were going to be playing all of the teams, but
there must be something wrong.
Go on.
Well, I can't find who Southampton
are. You are on the ball today. Yeah. When do the EFL fixtures come out? Is it next week?
I'm not sure actually. I don't check all that stuff.
Yeah, no one really cares, do they?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Eddie, seeing how he's getting on.
So while Tom looks at that, we're actually shortly going to remind you of the beautiful stadiums that we're going to be playing in next season. But we're also doing our tier list. Like I said earlier, we did do this earlier. Last season when we did it, and we predicted this, and we were this far out, and really it's not too bad. We're going to be doing the same again very, very shortly.
I just realised I was wondering what's the Friday, because it starts with a Friday night game.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
Burnley Man City. It's Vincent Kompany. That's not a surprise at all. And then the early game before our West Ham game is Arsenal Forest. Nice little game to watch. Yeah. The evening game is Newcastle Villa. And on the Sunday, Brentford Spurs, Chelsea Liverpool. Good little Super Sunday. And then the Monday night football is Man U Wolves. So got some good ones there. I'm just trying to work out if there's what they do with the televised. Do you know? Will that come out soon?
Yeah, no, usually they have to give a certain amount of warning, but I suspect we'll know these ones pretty damn quickly.
Yeah, because we only know the opening day at the moment. Everything else is down as Saturdays, so there's on the official Premier League.
I know that, I think Amazon, of course, have got their night of fixtures. BT Sport have the same as well, but in terms of the first pitch, you'll have a BT sort of lunchtime game, and same scenario, I think, this season with Sky Sports having their usual evening kickoffs, also a couple on the Sunday, the choice of a Monday one as well. There could even be a Friday night game with this in mind, and usually what they do is, they'll pick one of the, more attractive games, and very shortly we're going to be taking a look at the Premier League fixtures for the opening weekend and actually see which ones are likely to be televised. We're going to check that out very, very shortly. But go on.
Just click on that again. Sorry, you just.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow everyone to have a look, mate. We do it at the same time here and back. And by the way, I hope you appreciate the return of the lives, because we're going to be doing it this season. We're going to be coming back with live shows. One thing we sort of have missed in a way, and we haven't missed, is, well, firstly, live shows reminded me a bit too much of COVID.
Yeah, I agree.
With all the streams and people in their boxes and stuff, whereas, we can meet up in person and do it. But that has come to the detriment of you guys who may be exiled or abroad that can't hop on and have your say. I know that we sort of sometimes bump into each other at games, but if you don't go to the games and you watch on the TV, we're going to give you a chance to have your say on a weekly live show. So yeah, it's good to know that those are returning, and it actually looks as though they've decided already what the live show is going to be, the Friday nighter, and that's going to be Burnley versus Manchester City, mate. So they've already done their TV picks. Let's have a look at these.
Arsenal Forest before we go into our game. That's a nice little one at the early kickoff. Newcastle Villa.
Is that a Brunswick one, is it?
Oh, 100%, mate. Yeah, 100% like that. Super Sunday looks good. Chelsea Liverpool in there. That's nice. And then obviously they've got the Monday night football as well. Man U Wolves. But some nice little way. Luton going to Brighton on the. I wanted to see where Luton went. Who's the other? Sheffield United at home to Palace. So what's interesting is I was sure, and I think you mentioned it, that Luton had to start with loads of away games, but they're at home in August.
Oh yeah, that's
so
right.
So maybe they've managed to sort it out by August the 19th, because it says they're at home to Burnley there.
Unless that's a sort of fixture switch that they'll make.
They're waiting.
They're
maybe.
perhaps waiting for that. That's interesting.
I'm just trying to work out. I wouldn't be surprised. You look at that second game week. Liverpool away. Could that get moved? I'm looking at the fixtures here because obviously they haven't done telly yet, and I'm thinking Liverpool away.
You know, perhaps with them keeping in mind the fact that they battered us 9-0.
Having said that, Liverpool are on telly the first week.
But they're always on telly, mate.
True. I'm just trying to think of kind of games that we could potentially get moved for telly. I mean, our kickoff against West Ham was never going to be on telly. I wouldn't have thought that opening day. Obviously, the last days. I'm just trying to think of ones that look obvious for telly, but maybe that Liverpool one will get moved, and it'll be a pain for us to try and sort out. But no, it's a nice little early fiction there, mate. Do you know when we got promoted? Did we have Fulham on Boxing Day? I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did, yeah.
Fulham on Boxing Day. I'll take that, mate. Take that.
Yeah, absolutely will. So, should we have a reminder of the stadiums that we're going to be visiting this season? One of them is a lower capacity than us. Get in!
Easy.
These are the grounds we're visiting.
Small clubs.
Can't wait. So those are the grounds that we're going to be visiting this season, and among them, Kenilworth Road.
Can't wait.
It's so weird. Like we've said this on a recent video, Tom, about the fact that Crystal Palace was a dive when we went there. Like it wasn't a good experience. Yet somehow we bracketed that in an awful away day. But we look back very fondly at Kenilworth Road the season previous, which isn't much better. Why?
I think everyone knows why, but I don't want to. No, I don't know. I think with Luton, maybe it's that kind of you know what you're going to get and you're expecting it. I think with Selhurst, I think I expected better and a bit different. I guess so. Maybe it was, and obviously there were different issues on the day at Palace that affected it. But I think with Luton, you know what you're going to get, and it's kind of a nice little break from all the other ones. And teams probably think that about us. To be fair, I've spoke to a few. I remember Arsenal doing a show and kind of saying about different away games and them saying, it's quite nice going to Bournemouth because it's a bit different. It's like a little bit unique in the season, so it's like a one-off. So yeah,
I think at the FCAs when I chatted to Cecil from AFTV, he said it's his favourite away day.
Yeah.
Dan Potts, I think, came on fan cams. Dan, hope you're well. He came on fan cams on Back of the Net and said the same thing. So, yeah, and one thing's a shame is that we're not going to get any new stadia experiences this season. What we will get is, of course, we know that Anfield is being expanded and the Anfield Road end will probably be ready. Well, hopefully it will be ready because it's our first away game of the season. And I'm looking, it's a sort of race against time. And there's a few sort of clubs that are having various things done around the stadium, not least Luton as well, who've had to have a load of, I think they've got about £10 million worth of works because the floodlights have to be a certain lux, they have to have a certain number of media seats, all these kind of things, and they're spending about 10 million. And it's that stand with all the, I call them beach huts or whatever, like row of greenhouses, that's what has to be renovated because the camera position from it is actually pretty awful. So yeah, a lot of work's going to need to be done. So Tom, tell me about the shirt that you're wearing today and for why?
Oh, for Morganson.
Oh yeah, for Morgan.
Justin Kluivert, mate. We're getting Patty Kluivert's son.
Well, what is this all about? I mean, I think Fabrizio Romano said it. Mark McAdam then compounded what he said and said, it's on.
Yeah.
Justin Kluivert, I thought, he's a name that a few years ago I thought was hot property. Not so much now though, or is that maybe not the case?
Yeah, I'd probably say so. I mean, all that I know is as you say, he looked like kind of someone coming through and really exciting talent. And obviously, there's always going to be a few more talks about him because he's Patrick Kluivert's son, who was obviously a proper player. So yeah, and he started off really well. Obviously, come through at Ajax as they all do. Got some Holland caps when he was young. And then I think a few injuries have hurt him a little bit. I think Roma signed him for nearly 20 million. So he's obviously got something about him. But yeah, he's had a few loans. It sounds like when he plays, he's effective. He plays mostly off that left, right-footed, cutting in, but can also play through the middle. And I think what's happened is with a few injuries and not getting that run in the team, it's maybe been a bit stop-start for him. But it sounds like we've gone in quickly because we want to get it done because a few clubs are sniffing around. So we want to kind of get it done in early. And it's one of them that we're not going to... I think people, you can look at kind of injuries and different bits and bobs, but unfortunately, as Bournemouth, we're not going to get the full package because they'll go somewhere else at the end of the day. So you've got to take these little gambles on players that maybe teams don't take the risk on because they go, he's got a few injuries, or I'm not sure. We go, let's take the gamble because he's if we do keep him fit and we get the best of him, then we've got a hell of a player there. And if it's reported around 10 million quid, you could even at 24 years of age, worst case scenario would be he blows up and we get more money for him, and that's not a bad thing. So yeah, it's an exciting one, mate. He's I think there's a few players. You look at, Haaland had a dad that played football and he turned out right. So let's see what happens.
Have you heard any other transfer mumblings or rumours that? But there's so much of it flying about though, isn't there? There's so much of it.
Yeah, I think the ones that seem legitimate are obviously Vigna because we obviously had him here. It does sound like by reliable sources that we're just trying to see if we can maybe dwindle down the cost a little bit, and that's probably a good shout from Bournemouth because they're probably thinking, if you don't want him and he's happy here, you'll happily take a bit of a cut because if you don't want him, you're on the wage bill, so that'd be interesting. But
what is it with our connection with Roma, by the way?
Yeah, weird. I don't know if I was trying to think. So you obviously got Richard Hughes was over in Italy. I don't know if there's something. I know they're financially not great in terms of because I know Mourinho. Not sure if he's going to stay there because of that. But they're obviously a big and a decent club, so they've got good players. And I wonder if we look at them and kind of think, they've got good talent, but they can't really afford to keep them all, so we maybe get a bit of a bargain there, or maybe when we've dealt with Vina and stuff, we thought they were quite good to deal with, and we had a good relationship. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, I think we will do a lot abroad because the market in England is just outrageous because of the money involved. I mean, you're looking at the only one we've really been linked with is obviously Alex Scott at Bristol City, who a lot are, and you're talking like 25-30 million quid for a talent, but a young English midfield player at 30 million quid. I mean,
Lewis Cook
was actually the same player when we got him, and we got him for less than 10. That's how it's rode. So I think we will have to look into the European markets and stuff. I think there's Kirkes, the left back that we've been linked with before, Outmar, young left back. I think that sounds like there's something in that. Jackson, I think we do want, but it looks like Chelsea might come in now.
So, is it right that we only turned him down because he failed his medical?
Yeah, so
and he would have been out for a bit.
Yeah, so I think it was what it sounds like.
The players are always out for a bit when we sign them anyway.
I mean, at the time I kind of got it because I think they thought, well, he ain't going to be back till kind of March, April.
And we need the impact
now, and that's a lot of money. So we didn't do it thinking, we can just go back in the summer, no problem. Well, obviously, what's happened is he's come back and been absolutely incredible. So now they're not going to sell him for like kind of the 20 million we would have got.
Done it again!
I think his release clause is around 30. So I think it sounds like Chelsea want to go in for him. But we'll see what happens with that. We're certainly interested. You never know. He might have been really. He did come here, didn't he? So he obviously was interested at one point. But maybe his stocks rose a little bit. But there's certainly areas we need to improve anyway and strengthen. So I think we'll be busy.
In terms of Kluivert, BP, AFCB, hello mate. He's a very good player. Would have been our second top goal scorer last season as he scored 6 goals in only 15 starts, by the way, which would have been excellent for us. Imagine if he had 30 starts. Also, a very good point about the fixtures by Ian Thompson. Brentford away is early.
Oh yeah, no, Ivan, well played, Ian. Love that.
Ian, I love that from you. I knew from the moment I met you, I thought he's a talent.
I would have bet on it. I would have bet on us not having that luck. I'd have bet on it. Certainly, I'm still rusty.
Should we do our tier list? Right, we're going to need your help, ladies and gentlemen. Here you can see a tier list and 20 Premier League teams. Of course, we're going to be ranking all but one ourselves, and we're asking you to tell us how many points you think we can get from each fixture, and we're going to do it alphabetically. So what we want you to do is in chat, just start it with the team name, because otherwise there's going to be a raft of different opinions and stuff. So team name, we can do Arsenal first. If you think we're going to get 0, say Arsenal 0. If you think we can get a win, Arsenal 3. Now bear in mind last season, I think you thought we could get a point out of Arsenal. It turned out that they had a bloody good season in the end. However, we're going to take the consensus, but also have a little bit of a chat to Tom about each of these. So Arsenal, mate. They were all right last season, weren't they? Pretty good.
Pretty good, and I think they got a lot of stick because bottled it, if you want to say that phrase, and I get why people would say that because they had a clear lead, but you've only got to see that the team that they competed with all season have won the treble and one of the best teams we've ever seen in the Premier League. So also incredible, and I think people are sleeping on them a little bit in terms of saying, they won't be that good again. It looks like they're going to get Declan Rice.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being funny, but he's one of the best in his position.
He's great, isn't he?
In Europe, so that's only going to strengthen them. I mean, they're going to replace Xhaka with Rice, basically, which is going to make him stronger. I mean, a weird one, but it looks like they're going to get Kai Havertz as well, which is very strange from Chelsea, but Arteta could get the best out of him. So, they'll be strong. I haven't looked at the chat yet. Every fixture, you want to go into it hoping you can nick something, but it would be unrealistic to say anything, but I wouldn't expect anything out of the 2 games. So I'm going to have to go 0 for Arsenal, mate.
And we're playing Arsenal at home September the 30th in May the 4th is where we're playing them away.
May the 4th be with you.
I'm going to take the consensus that there are a few ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
But no, I'm going to have to be realistic. Look, let's try to be pessimistic this time. I think last season we were probably a bit optimistic. We predicted a total of 42 points last season, albeit from the wrong games. It ended up on 39. But I'm going to put Arsenal in 0. By the way, do you notice Aston Villa have got a new club crest?
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that? Someone in chat said, where's Aston Villa? They've actually got a new club crest. So Aston Villa, mate, I mean, that was a tale of 2 fixtures last season, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Big time, yeah.
And a tale of 2 managers, though, as well, probably more pertinently.
Exactly. I thought Villa, first game of the season, one of the worst teams I'd seen. Obviously, it was Gerrard at the time, and we beat him, I felt, really comfortably. And we had players, Ben Pearson started that game, but we ended up sending out on loan, for example. And then when we played them second time round, I thought, cool, they're a completely different outfit with virtually the same players.
Yeah. And
that shows what a top manager does. Emery, amazing. I'd be interested, before I do this one, I just want to have a little look at when we're playing them. When are we playing Villa? Because I'll tell you what we've got to look at, especially with teams like Villa, is if they could fall around European, they're in the Conference League this season. And that could help us with, this is what people forget a lot of the time. You know, if you happen to get Villa when they've just had a really tough game in the Conference League and you then play them on the Sunday, they might have to rotate, and that could always help. I think my early thoughts are, with Emery, I think they'll be strong. My early thoughts are, I was going to say 1.
Yeah, Tim Spencer's gone for 1. We got Aaron K. Make sure you fill up the chat. Make sure you put the team name first. Otherwise, due to the number of messages coming through, we might not catch it.
Freezing, though.
There's a few 3s, there's a few 1s. It's not 0, so that's promising.
So whether we go with what I think in the 1, or
we've done that one,
or we kind of go, because there's some 3s, we go that we can draw both of them. I'm not sure. I don't see us going to Villa Park and getting anything right now as I sit here. So that means maximum of 1 for me. I would say 1 if we're going to be a little bit pessimistic as well. I would say 1 personally. Is that what you think?
There's a number of 3-pointers, but we're gonna try to go probably pessimistic on these. So we're playing them at home at the start of December and then away towards the end of April. We're gonna go
1.
Single point.
The only good thing with that is, like I say, you just said then we've got near the end of the season away in April. I think they could go quite far in the Conference League. We've just seen that West Ham can win it. So Villa, I think, so at that stage of the season, they could be in kind of semi-finals of a European competition. Yeah. So that could, if they're mid-table in the Premier League, they might rest players. So that could help us. But yeah, we'll go pessimistic for now and go for 1, mate.
We're being pessimistic for now. Okay, then Brentford. It's funny because we played Brentford relatively early on in Gary O'Neill's tenure, didn't we? And we got a 0-0, 0-0, goalless. I know. But then at their place, it was terrible. But, you know, I think there was a certain player that probably shouldn't have been playing. Well, alas, he's had a ban for 8 months.
Yeah, and I think even though that... Go on.
And also VAR or PGMOL afterwards have come out and said, actually, they made the right... I think Howard Webb on Monday Night Football said it. So
yeah, I think that was... Don't get me wrong, I don't think we deserved... They were the better side in the away game, and I think a draw was probably fair in the home game. But... they got all the calls went their way in both fixtures, so we were probably unfortunate to only get a point. My early thoughts are we can get 4. If I want to be a little bit stronger with this one, because I just think that I remember going a little bit. I think Brentford was the team that a lot of people were really wrong on last season in predictions. People thought they'd been a relegation scrap, and they never were. I actually thought they could go down. I think the difference is, I think if you take away Ivan Toney, the amount of less points they have is unbelievable, because he was involved in a high percentage of their goals. If they don't get the replacement right, or he doesn't come back fresh, I think they could struggle. I think they'll have enough to stay up, don't get me wrong, but I think they'll be bottom half, and I think we're losing that threat. I don't think they'll be anywhere near as strong. So I would go 4, but I don't know what the consensus is on that.
Yeah, I think 4 is probably about right. We've been through a few of them. Ben says that. Also, Paul Kenwood says it as well. Joe Harding saying the same thing. So yeah, let's whack them into 4. And like you say, I think that's probably about right. And you know, the reliance on Ivan Toney. Are they going to be a team that you think could be struggling this season?
Yeah.
Do you reckon they could be down there? Because we predicted that last season for the whole second season syndrome, but it didn't quite happen.
It didn't happen.
But Thomas Frank is always capable of having a rabbit that you can pull out of a hat, isn't he? Yeah, agree. But equally, I think if the reverse of that is if they start quite well without Toney, Frank could be hot property and could end up going, you know, and you don't know. They're a very well run club, and I think they'll probably have enough. But I think you can't underestimate how crucial Ivan Toney's been for them and his goals. And if I said to you now, who else scores from him, you have to start thinking, don't you? It's Ivan Toney. Yeah,
so
that's right.
It all depends on how their recruitment and stuff. It looks like the goalkeeper, who's been one of the top goalkeepers, David Raya, who gets in the Spain squad, it looks like he's going to Tottenham. Yeah. So losing him as well, I think they'll struggle. I think they'll probably have enough, but right now I think they'll be in and around it. So yeah, I think we could do with at least winning one of them fixtures. September, we play them away, start September, and then they are our penultimate fixture of the season, our last home fixture. That's on May the 11th, by which time Ivan Toney will be back. Right, Brighton next.
Brighton, let us know what you think. They are vastly...
They are rivals now.
I suppose they're...
God, anyone else.
That's our nearest fixture, right? Is it them? I suppose it is.
Yeah, it's got to be our nearest, hasn't it?
Yeah, maybe it is.
How far's...
I don't know. It's
further than you think.
It's probably easier to get to London than it is to get to Brighton.
Luton's
However, geographically, I think as the crow flies, I think Brighton is our nearest fixture. But I don't know.
South Coast. Oh, God.
It's gone. The South Coast.
Is ours, I was going to say.
Yeah. F off, so there. Brighton, what do you think? Let us know how many points you reckon we can get from them. There's a few people here that are being maybe optimistic. Shall I say?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Or Optimus. Tim's going 3. Ben's going 1.
No, I was going to go 1.
Stephen 1. Morgan 1. Aaron Kay's being realistic.
Yeah, no, I was going to go 1. And again, this is another one, like I was saying with Villa, that if you can get them near a European fixture, because they're in Europe now. But yeah, I'm going to go 1.
But no McAllister though.
No McAllister, and Saicedo could go, and they could. But we've all seen what happens with it. Last season, do you know what we were saying? We were going, yeah, but they've lost Bissouma. I mean, did it matter? They lost Trossard in January. Did it matter?
But we were really close to getting something from them at their place.
We were. Yeah, no, I agree. We done all right in that game, I felt, and then we just kind of sat back and let them score quite late. But I don't know. Their recruitment's been so good. You can't sleep on Brighton too much because of what they managed to do in terms of replacing players in the past. I would say 1 personally. I don't know what you think. I would say 1.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's fair.
All right, Tom.
Thank you.
You can get your way. Right, Burnley. Now, their club crest has actually changed a little bit into a monochrome version because that one I'm not particularly fond of, but I do like their new sort of purple one. Alas, Burnley, as for them, it's going to be interesting. It's funny, like when they got promoted, I always assumed and thought that they probably wouldn't get put in the same bracket as Luton and Sheffield United, just because of the way they absolutely blew the league away. Yeah,
and the company factor, I think, young upcoming manager. I think they had quite a lot of loan players, so it'll be interesting to see how many of them they keep, because obviously if you lose all them, then it's a completely different squad. They're the team out of the 3 that you kind of think are going to be the strongest, but you never know. And also it's another one that if they start really well, could company, potentially, his stock's quite high. I've got to be honest, when I think of Burnley, I get a little bit depressed.
You do. Now, there's a lot of
I like football.
Yeah.
I don't like Burnley.
There's a lot. That's a good one, mate. Very good in between us. Love it. But there's a mixture of 4 and 3s here. Joe's going 3. But 6. They're an overrated watch. Wow. 4.
4 seems to be the...
4 seems to be the number. Should we go with what the people say?
I'm happy to go with the chat. I was probably going to toy with 3, but I'm happy to go with the chat. Only because I feel like... I know we have got stuff there, and I remember going there winning, actually. But I just... Every time I've got a Burnley, I always feel a little bit like, ugh. So in my head, I was like, we'll probably lose that and win at home. But I'm happy to go 4, because it does, to be fair, we got a time of the chat here, and a lot of 4s in there.
I wonder if their fans still sing anti-football. I suppose they don't anymore, because it's actually... It's all right to watch. Playing them at home end of October and then away start of March. Therefore, probably beers inside.
Oh yes.
At the cricket club.
What's cricket? You know cricket more than me. Is that cricket season, March?
No.
Yes.
So
no cricket on.
No, talking May, June. So yeah, no cricket. So we're going to go with 4, yeah.
Yeah, go 4.
Yeah. Okay. Decent 4. I tell you what, we are accruing points here. 10 points in total. We're looking for the magical 39 here, or was it? Is it 36? I don't know. Right then, Chelsea. Oh, this was really frustrating because last season I felt as though they were there for the taking. Little did we know, I suppose, how much they were there for the taking, because it was the first match against them as the Premier League recommenced after the World Cup, and they were probably good value for the win because we were quite poor. We had a better second half. Alas, we didn't realise how poor that they would eventually become. And then you look back at that fixture and you're almost kicking yourselves thinking, why didn't we take more from them? And even in the game at Dean Court, I felt for 75 minutes we were really competitive. I'm sounding like Scott Parker here, mentioning the C word, or Simon Kay. And obviously they took the lead. Venus scored that wonder goal. And I thought we had chances to be on top. And then it was almost just like we tired out a little bit, and just once they
change the game, they started. But
Super Frank Lampard, eh?
Yeah, it was his only win. It was against us, which is it's frustrating. I remember getting in a few kind of debates after that away game because everyone was going, calm down, it's Chelsea. But I remember at the time thinking, we have literally just bent over for these, and they're not that good. And Potter got sacked not long after, which kind of proved my point in that sense. But Yeah, what's weird is we always have a good record against Chelsea when they're not bad, and then they've been absolutely horrific and they've done double on us. I personally want to say 3 because I think we always beat Chelsea apart from last season, so it's surely due one again. I want to go 3. I think we could beat Chelsea in one of them games, and one game is the last game of the season. So you never know what's going to happen on the last day. But regardless, I think we can get. I want to go 3, but I know people say that's optimistic.
Some of their players haven't exactly hit the ground running, have they? And next season they might click into gear.
Poch as well. Pochettino will help them.
Yeah. So you're still saying we'll get 3 points.
I just think I
suppose we predicted 0 for Liverpool last season
and 0 for Tottenham.
Yeah.
And what people forget is virtually every season in the Premier League, it's got to be probably every season. You get a surprise result. You always just want to go 0 from them. 0. We always beat one of the big boys, don't we? Yeah. I think we'll get 3 off Chelsea. I'm not even listening to the chat. I'm overruling.
Morgan, seriously, anytime Morgan WhatsApps me, he mentions Wig World. He thinks he's the funniest guy in the world. And once again, he's commented on Wig World. Just get over it. You get over it.
There's almost too much hair there.
There's always too much there.
Can't even feel your head, mate.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could plait my hair.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Next then, Crystal Palace. Oh mate, that's gonna be a weird fixture, isn't it?
Oh, Jefferson. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. When we got them, because I want to see when we're seeing Jeff for the first time. It will be. It's quite a while. December. Tuesday night. It's December. Let's say it's a bit of a weird fixture. You don't know when that's going to be, but that's away.
Yeah, that will be a Tuesday night, and that'll be one of the Amazon ones, I think.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got them April as well, and that's an evening game as well. Oh, so two evening games.
Yeah, 2 evening games. That'll be tough. Palace. You never know what's going to happen with Palace and what sort of season they'll have, and if they'll keep Roy and all that stuff. I initially want to say 3.
Yeah.
Maybe we could win 1 and lose 1. I think that's fair. I want to say. I think you can make a case for 4-3-2-1. Do you know what I mean? I want to say 3, but see what the chat is on this one.
So Tim Spencer going 4. Nick before that said 0. Aaron said 3. Both games on a Tuesday night. Selhurst on Tuesday. Oh, that's going to be right. Especially what was that? Was that December? If it's raining as well, that outdoor concourse. The women's toilets won't be. They'll be flooded. It's going to be awful. Palace go for a point. Just a home point, says Robbie. 3 says Paul. Cry. Crystal Palace. 1, Jeff, own goal. I thought you said cry. Palace 4. Palace 2. 3. Heather saying 3. Tom, go on, what are you going to go for? 3.
Yeah, why not? All
right.
3 at home. Yeah. Lerma getting booked in both games. 100%.
Right, nice to have an Arsenal fan. Puran, hello mate, thank you for watching, really appreciate it. Tell all your friends about this, get them subscribed, because hopefully it won't be another last minute winner this season. That did wonders for our channel, but it gave me palpitations for at least 3 weeks. Right, next, Everton, put your guesses in chat. Ian's gone early and done it already. He's going for 4 points. Is there some kind of FFP ruling over them due in October where there's a chance that they could have points deducted?
Yeah, I think
not that this affects what we get out of them, but I'm kind of thinking,
affects that.
That's another team that could go down.
I think personally it's one of them things that they know they can just appeal and keep it to the back if you like, and they might get fines and stuff. But that will be interesting. I don't know when we got them, mate. That's tough with another one. Tough with them. I kind of we got them away relatively early in October, and then home game is not till March. I personally, it's another one a bit like Palace. I want to say 3 initially. Yeah. This is my thought. What's the chat on?
Yeah,
about that. Some are going a little bit more positive.
Mixture of 3. Yeah, Robbie said the same thing. Everton home win and away defeat, and that's what Kieran said as well. We got Mark saying 4. Joe's gone for 4. Nick, love that from you, going for all 6. Duncan Spokes is here. Hello, mate. 3. Oh, it's got to be a 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, I want to stay with 3, mate. Okay. Goodison's not a nice place to go. I think that's a tough place to go, so I'll go with solid 3. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Marco Silva was probably one of the. We'll do film now, by the way. Put your guesses in chat. Was one of the sort of managers that went under the radar a little bit last season, really, didn't he? They had an excellent season. We thought at one stage they might be on the beach or tailed off a little bit, but they kept picking up points, and we know from chatting to some of our friends like Sammy at Fulhamish how pleased and proud he is of how we've done, who also gives us credit, by the way, of how we've done all the promoted sides, in fact. Yeah. But Marco Silva, I think, has done really, really well.
Incredible job. I think it's also, it's been, like you said about going under the radar, it's been harsh for them because we got the kind of, as all the pundits thought, like a miracle of staying up. It's almost like Gary O'Neill was talked about as manager of the season more than Marco Silva, which is ridiculous, really. Because Marco Silva, the job he's done, I mean, they weren't in a relegation cup at all.
Yeah.
At any point in the season, they were never. And the only time that they tell for a little bit was because they went on a really good cup run, and then Mitrovic had that ban, and that didn't help them. But no, really strong. I think they'll probably, I would say they'll be mid-table-ish again, because I think they've got a top manager there and they've got a really good squad. So.
But what do you know, though? Playing your best player, Mitrovic, can result in you having a good Premier League season. If only Scott Parker had thought to do that, hey?
Both teams ended up being quite competitive, I would say.
Yeah.
It's another one I kind of want to say 3.
We got a mixture. Ian's going for 2, Aaron 3, 2. PK said 6. Paul, I want some of your positivity juice this morning.
I need a 6 soon.
Boz going for 3. Morgan's going for 4. That's what? I don't know. Is that Crystal? 4? I had to get. Not sure what you're talking about, mate.
No, I reckon he's saying. I'm saying 4th Palace. I missed it because I had to get my AirPods.
Okay. I mean, I know he's in Amsterdam, but.
Come on.
Maybe? I don't know. Not sure what you're talking about. Fulham 3.
3. Yeah, I'm going to go 3.
Yeah.
Got to be 3.
Robbie's going for 4, but Robbie, we're overruling you this time. Mark Jack's going for 2.
Oh, grow up, Mark. So negative.
All right, then we're going to go for 3. Solid 3.
We got them on Boxing Day. Are we winning on Boxing Day? Yeah, of course we're winning on Boxing Day. We'll be party time in there. Yeah, I'm going 3, mate. I'm going to do I've already decided in my head that we predicted just one team to do the double on last season. It wasn't the right team, but it was only Leicester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So in my head, I've already picked one that we're going all 6.
Okay.
You've got to pick one in there, and I'm going to do that. I've got that in my head.
Oh, well, I can. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What, just one?
Yeah, only one. Because
I think I know which team it is as well.
Right. Well, we'll see when we get to it. Ain't the next bloody team, I'll tell you that.
No. Okay, Liverpool then. Liverpool. Put your predictions in. How many points do you reckon we're going to get from Liverpool? They're going to be stronger. This season, I think, was a bit of a freak season, I've got to say. Can we get anything from them? Like a point or anything? Or?
I mean, of course we can. We beat them, obviously, season we just had, which was a surprise. But, yeah, it kind of went our way in that reverse fixture, which we probably deserved in terms of them missing that penalty.
You know what I think, by the way?
Go on.
I think that this will be Liverpool's first home fixture of the season. So with the new Anfield Road end, there's construction works going on at the moment. It should be open. Obviously, when we went to Goodison, we could see it, and you'd seen it on the vlog as well. If you watched they're creating another tier. They're adding another 7,000 seats. So that'll be another 7,000 loud voices that you get at Anfield. Oh, actually, it doesn't really matter, does it?
It'll be really interesting to. Because we kind of said about being disappointed with the atmosphere, but their first home game, we've played them on their first home game before in the Premier League. I mean, when we lost,
and we should have got a result.
Yeah,
Tommy Elphick.
I want to say, I know there's a lot of points in there, but I'm going to say 0. I don't think we'll get anything against Liverpool. I think, like you said, mate, I think they'll be stronger. I think players like kind of your Nunes and Diaz being back, I think they'll be stronger. McAllister's a good signing. I think everyone's saying how poor a season they had. They still nearly got top 4 at one point. I know there's a lot of people saying we'll nick a point.
I'm surprised that Paul Kenwood hasn't gone for 6. By the way, he's being optimistic this morning. Yeah, you know what? We'll go 0. Yeah, we'll go 0 there. Simply now, right? Are Luton Town the team that you think we're going to get all 6 points? Okay, you're going with who I think you're going to go for, and I think it could be at the end.
Right.
Could be
Luton. When we go to their place, when we go not till near the end, they could be scrapping for their lives. So home in December.
Yeah, December the 16th. We got them at home on a Saturday, and then away April the 6th. Both Saturday games.
We're in danger of being like everyone is about us here, and going, it's Luton 6 points. That's what everyone does about us.
These little teams.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Luton. I think Luton
Can I just full screen us just to make sure that you can see that I'm doing that? We are Luton Town podcast. Attack us in everything like that.
Mate, little bold shout. I don't think they'll go down. I think Luton will stay up.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough place to go. I think people... You saw how Forest, it was their home form that kept them up. I think you might have a similar thing with Luton. I think they'll be very similar to what we were when we first come up all them years ago. A bit of an unknown...
Do you think they'll change their style to deal with the Premier League? Or just go
I don't know,
with what they know?
Yeah, they're quite... I think what Rob Edwards done really well there is he quite likes playing nice, attractive football. But you went to Luton and realised the players he got, it probably wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And went a little bit more direct. And I thought, fair play to him. He can obviously adapt. I think they might surprise a few. Don't get me wrong, they'll be in a scrap, but I think they'll stay up. I'll go. I'm happy to go 4, but I wouldn't shock me if it's only 3. So, but yeah, see what the chat said. I reckon there's going to be a lot of 6 in there, but I'm not doing that. I want to go 4.
There are a lot of 6s. I can't remember the last time I saw us get a. I mean, obviously during COVID, did we get a result there? I can't even remember.
I feel like we drew at home, didn't we? I'm not sure.
Can't even remember.
Morgan Rogers though, away from where we went, didn't we?
Yeah, well, but then obviously that last minute goal, don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Morgan's going 6, Tony's going 3. Mate, I think I'm giving Luton some credit here by going for 3. I think they're going to get a result over us at their place because I think
as long as it's free for a drink.
That's one thing that Bournemouth always said, that when we got to the Premier League, like, yes, we could expand, and there were probably some logistical reasons and financial reasons why we actually didn't, but they put a spin on it that this can be to our advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
And certainly their fans can be, in that tightly, in a tight enclosed ground. I think, they will get a few points, and home form is going to be massive from the season. So let's go for that. Manchester City.
It's my 6. Why? We don't even need to ask anyone, do we? Unfortunately, we've never got anything ever.
No, we haven't
in the Premier League. So I'd like to go, maybe this time, but that would just be me thinking, you never know, and being a bit fairy tale. I think we're gonna have to put them in the pot, mate.
They've done. We've done it already.
The only thing I will say is probably if say every club done this prediction, they would probably all put City in that category, which means they'd win every game, which is not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll be the team to stop them, mate. So I'm happy to put that in 0 and not talk about it too much, to be honest, because they've got enough limelight.
Yeah, they have. Everyone's saying 0, so I'm not even going to put the message on the screen because I'll get RSI through clicking this little mouse. All right then, next, Manchester United. Now, I always think that they're a team that we could get something about, but they're going to be stronger this season. They're going to be stronger.
Potentially. They'll get a proper number 9, I think. Obviously, they kind of filled the gap with Weghorst, but it'd be interesting to see if they go for like a Harry Kane or Osimhen, or they get a proper number 9, because that's what they need, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I always feel like we can get something off them. We didn't, did we? But I felt like we were close.
That home match, I thought we were, for how poor we were, them only winning 1-0 was bizarre.
Yeah, we still could have got something. I personally want to go put a point in there. We can maybe nick a point in one of the games. I don't know what most people are saying on there. I won't go. We could beat them in one game, I think, but I do think that'll be one of the fixtures where we nick something. I might go for us to nick a point in the home game, maybe in April.
I can't see us drawing at Old Trafford.
No, I think we'll lose at Old Trafford, but I think that home game of Man United in April, where again go to the point, they might be in Europe, they might be in cup competitions. I think it's a good time to play them. Really, they'll have other. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a. Shut up, Hensman. I'll go for 1
single point.
Yeah.
All right then. Newcastle United.
I mean, there's a part of me that wants to do last season, go a couple of draws, because us and Eddie, we just can't beat each other. We can't do it to each other. But really,
I think this season he's going to have the bit. But then they are going to have the. They're going to need to improve the quality of their squad. They're going to need a bigger squad. They're going to need a better squad. They're going to have a more congested fixture schedule. So maybe a couple of points in a bad shout, or are we just being a bit?
Yeah, I think what's weird is that obviously we joke around with the Eddie factor, but they had an unbelievable season. Both times we played them, I thought they were really poor.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
We probably got them at decent times. I remember at their place they had to play Ryan Fraser, for example. So that's how down to the bare bones they were there. Who looks like might be getting a move to the Championship. So I'm lying. Nice.
Like Norwich City, is that something?
Yeah, they'll love him as well because he had a loan at Ipswich. So that'd be great.
Oh my god.
I personally think 0.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they'll be stronger. I don't think we'll get anything off Newcastle, but if there's
Hella's
enough,
going 4.
if there's enough in there saying some, we can whack them in 1. But I want to say 0 for Newcastle personally.
Okay, well, look, this goes with the Champions League teams. I think it looks like
Nearly a Liverpool.
Yeah, of course,
Europa,
Liverpool.
but yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Nout. Okay, Nottingham Forest. Is this the team?
Yeah, I love winding them up.
Dave, if you're watching,
I tell you what.
Sorry.
Last season, I put them in 4 points, and I got so much stick from the Forest fans. Oh, you're just going to turn up and get 4 points off Forest? Yes, we are. And I tell you what, the only reason you got a point was because of Sam bloody Surridge.
Yeah.
So I'm putting. Them
And
in
even
6.
that was like VAR, wasn't it? It was like
Yeah. Put it this way: when we go to the City Ground, what do? We go and win the game. It's what we do. Sometimes we go. I'll tell you what. Have a pen.
Yeah.
Have a 2-0 head start. We'll bring on Ryan Fredericks and change the game, boys. 6.
Aaron made a good point. I hope the Canal House has heaters
Oh God, when are we playing them?
in December.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, we might have to go to Hooters. Oh, what a shame. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
So
Nick.
is that like kind of Christmas present time? Because it is 23rd, early Christmas present. If anyone wants to get me like velvet rope, VIP, hospitality, and Hooters,
I've heard that Nottingham's actually quite a good night out.
I'll tell you what. Yeah,
Shall
I'm
we?
sure I'll be loved in Nottingham.
Shall
as well.
we?
23rd.
Yeah. When's Newcastle away, by the way? When's that again?
Newcastle away is in February. Remember, because we said Valentine's.
Oh yeah.
So I'll take you away.
Thank you, mate.
But yeah, there's always one. Last season we said Southampton
6.
because it was easy. It was Leicester last season, which was impressive. 6.
Everyone's saying 4 though.
No, don't care about them. Thanks for.
I thought Wolves was going to be the team
you?
that you. Yeah, I thought Wolves.
Get 'em
Sorry,
up.
get them up. I'll put them there. Sorry.
I was going to do 1. I just decided in my head, gut feeling, they're the team I'm going to get 6 off. Probably be wrong, but
Sheffield United. Then Sheffield United. I think they're going to have a
struggle.
I don't want to say they. Yeah. I didn't want to use the word struggle, but they're going to find it. I mean, look. We found it tough, but I don't know. I just get the feeling that they're going to be a team that's going to
I don't think they'll
really be up against it.
There won't be whipping boys, in my opinion, this season from anyone. I don't actually think this is not actually even a dig. I don't think anyone will be as poor as Southampton were. Because I look at the 3 that have come up and think they'll be strong enough. A lot of people are saying 4, which I get. I was going to say maybe a 3. I just in my head, I don't know if it's true, but I've been to Sheffield a few times. I think we always struggle there at Bramall Lane.
Yeah, we do.
I always feel like we lose there, so that's why I was going to say 3. But if there's enough 4s in there, which it does seem like, then
4.
I'm happy to put them in 4, mate. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. Whack them in 4.
I go for 4 because that's what everyone's saying. Right? Are we going to pull off some kind of, about to say White Hart Lane then, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium miracle like last season, mate? I mean, will they have Kane? We don't know.
That's the big thing with Tottenham. Will they have Kane? How will Ange Postecoglou get on?
I'm glad you said that, not me.
Yeah, when I was saying that, I thought, God, am I going to pull this off? Big Ange in charge.
Yeah.
It just seems. Don't get me wrong. I think it kind of, because obviously you look at the stadium and stuff, and in that sense they're a big football club. But I think this proves kind of they went down the Conte route, Mourinho route. They kind of know what they are now by getting Ange. Because I'm not being funny. We were linked with him for a while. You know, teams like us were linked with him, and now Tottenham are having to get him because everyone else turns him down. And if they lose Kane, it's going to be difficult for them.
Well, we got them early. We got them at home on the 26th of August.
New manager, new style. Haven't quite got into their rhythm yet.
And away in December, so we play them both. We see it out this year.
I think we beat them at home and lose them away. I think it's going to be the reverse. I think we get 3 points. And this again, if you just say Tottenham, you go, oh, we do well to get a win. But if I'm looking at the fixtures and going early in the season, we're in August. They got a new manager, probably new players because they might have lost Kane and have to replace him. They're not quite got it clicked yet.
We beat them at home.
We beat them at home. 3 points.
Surely this is a couple of draws territory, isn't it?
No, you want to do that because there's none in there and you want to make it look nice. But I've got something planned for the couple of draws. Don't worry about it.
So we go.
I want to go 3. Yeah, I want to go 3. Get it in there.
We're being peasant. All right.
No,
All right.
I want to go to Europe.
West Ham United.
There's your couple of draws.
Right. Okay.
There's your couple of draws for me. I think we'll be similar. We were obviously last season in terms of league position. I think we'll struggle at their place. Obviously, we had an awful one, really. They must have looked at us and gone, how the hell have we...
So you're saying that we're going to draw our first game of the season?
Yes. I think that August, 3 games, it may have gone draw, lose, win. That's what I think. That's what I've gone with, and then I think we'll nick a point at their place. Yeah, and I also don't know the fact that a couple of draws got nothing in it, so I'm just going to put West Ham in there, to be honest.
Daniel's gone for 1, Nick's gone for 1, everyone else is saying 3, so I think it's probably fair that we go right in the middle.
And otherwise, we've just wasted a tier that we could have cut out, and that looks it's freaking me out a little bit.
I mean, were there any teams that we drew home and away against this season?
Newcastle.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course.
There might have been someone else,
of
but
course.
That's the first one that comes to mind. I don't know if there was anyone else.
Don't think so.
No, because Wolves would beat Brentford. No, I think it was just Newcastle, wasn't it?
So there's always one team, and West Ham's that team
Yeah, exactly.
this season to come. Finally, Wolves.
They're my open. Not that it means anything. They're my because I thought it'd be Brentford last season.
What tip to go down?
Tip to really struggle. They're my kind of surprise to. I think that they dipped off, and I don't think they've since Jimenez got that injury. I don't think they've got enough goals in the team. When I saw them last season, I thought they're poor. I think they're going to lose Ruben Neves, who's the man that keeps it all ticking for them. I think they'll struggle. I don't know why. Just something in me. I think Wolves will really, really struggle. I think Lopetegui will have enough. And I think they could struggle this season. So they're my little tip to go down. So I want to say 4.
Yeah, that's what the consensus in chat.
Tell you what, it looks better than last season, doesn't it?
It does look better than last season. Right, let's take a look at this then and see. Obviously, we're not playing ourselves. So if we do the maths then, we're getting all 6 from Nottingham Forest. Then from the next tier down, we've got 16 points. That's what? That's 22. We've got a solid 3 against Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Luton and Spurs. By my calculations, that's 40 points already.
It is indeed.
A couple of draws against West Ham, 42. Are you saying we were on 45 points with a point against Villa, Brighton and Man United as well?
I was going to see where that would have finished us last season.
That's what we got for. 45 points.
What's our best ever?
Our best ever is 46.
Oh, gutted. 45 would have got you joint 11th, so goal difference. We're going to be crowning goal difference.
Yeah.
We always are. So we'll come 12th, and I think that's about where we'll come. I'm happy with that. We said 42 last season. We got 39, and we decided to go on the beach with a month to go. So I'll tell you what, we've got this. We've got this. But
Robbie Sargent, if you're still watching, because I think some of his predictions have been very, very good. I'll give you the chance to change one team, right? One category, because I think his predictions have been on the money. Just Robbie Sargent, because I've been looking at his, and they've been so good. And also, like, Robbie is a monthly member as well, as are a number of people. Robbie, which one do you want us to change? Either negatively or positively, whichever one you say. Then we will do it. Only because I've been looking at his predictions, I've been thinking, you know what?
You like that.
He thinks like you.
What would you, if you're looking at it now,
yeah.
What's your instant one where you think, oh, I reckon that could be wrong?
Forest. I would exchange Forest and Wolves.
So you wouldn't actually change any points in that?
No. What else? Okay, so single point. And point against Man United, I think, is probably a bit hopeful.
Okay. Yeah, no,
a solid 3 against Spurs, I think, is probably not good. I think Chelsea are going to be better, so I would downgrade that to a single point. Everton, I would possibly upgrade to 4 points.
So still around the same points total, you would say?
Yeah.
Looks like because Robbie has mentioned in there that Forest was one he was considering, but I'm refusing that because we get 6 points off someone, and I've chosen them.
Mate, we're on 43 points, not 46. Brentford has been moved to a couple of draws. And look, just because they've lost Tony, it's not the end of the world.
Really?
Yeah.
See how many goals he got last season, shall we?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But also, Brentford didn't do that badly without him.
Where do they come in the end? Where do they finish in the end, Brentford? They did well, didn't they? They come 9th with 59 points. They scored 58 goals.
Right.
I just want to have a look with how many goals he got in the end. He got 20 goals for them and 4 assists. 20 goals and 4 assists.
You wait until the end of the season. You wait.
Do you not realise we're getting Justin Kluivert? Patrick Kluivert's son. Oh, God. I think I've...
Don't underestimate the bees.
What did I say, 4 or 3?
You said 4.
It's not that bad. Come on. Little old Brentford. Grow up.
Anyway, as Aaron said, 38
No, what's all this? What's all this?
38's going to do it.
I don't want 38. Oh, I don't want to be in a relegation scrap.
No, nor do I, but you know, it is what it is, Tom. Love Island speak. Come on, right. Those are the fixtures.
When we playing Norwich away in the cup, anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
When is the? Does anyone know? Anyone in the chat quickly know the League Carabao Cup, whatever it's bloody called these days? Anyone know when that thing is? Because do we come in the Saturday? I don't know when we come in.
We'll find out. Look, this is just a final reminder then of the fixtures. We were here as they were announced at 9 a.m. Hope you've enjoyed this live show. Look, it's been a pleasure to be back interacting live, and what we're going to be doing is bringing back our live interactive show where you can get involved. Back like the old days, we're going to be doing that every single week. So yeah, it's been a pleasure to be doing this. Tom, go on.
Yeah, no, I think it looks like that. I feel like, let me know. I feel like we come in the second, don't we? Because we're Premier League. So it looks like the first one's actually going to be before the start of the season, kind of around the 9th, 10th, and then it will be around the 23rd, 24th.
Okay.
So it will be after Liverpool away. So we'll go to Liverpool and then we'll stay up there and just go to Norwich.
Yeah.
It looks a bit on. But now I want Norwich if they sign Ryan Fraser. They do. That'd be a laugh.
As long as we don't go to that awful pub that we went to last time that had a washing machine inside.
Oh, what a pub.
It's like an episode of Peep Show. Can't believe it.
We won it. And Christian Sadie had a great game. So quick mention, Sadie just got his move to Portsmouth. I think that's what... I'm a little bit gutted, but I don't think...
yeah, exactly. He's not.
No, it's not going to happen for him here. And I
that's
respect...
the thing. Like, when you rise too quickly, almost, like players like that, unfortunately, don't get a look in.
You think of like Harry Cornick, Jane Stockley. If they were round back when we, would take anyone, but that's just the way it is. But I think that's a good signing for Pompey. Don't have to move too far, obviously. I think he's a good player. So yeah, I'm pleased for Sadie. So that'd be a good move for him. But
Christian Sadie.
Yeah, so yeah, we need to find some songs for Kluivert and that. But... Justin,
Kluivert. That's a really good one.
No, I've thought of one.
What?
Kluivert. That's a little bit.
Yeah. We are so inventive. Yeah. Right, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, so keep your eyes peeled. If you've not got your notification bells on, make sure you do that. Because if you're subscribed already, which hopefully you are, thank you so much. There's a little bell there that will notify you when we're live. And we're going to be doing these every week during the season as well, where you can come on and have your say. Plus, the second looks are going to be more open, so that more people can get involved as well. So it's not just this guy having his say. And we have Jeff back, Neil, etc. So yeah, looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We truly appreciate it. Up the chairs, and we'll see you in the next one. See you later.
Ow.
We clashed hands then. Sorry.